Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing out there? If you're with me either here on Discord chat or on YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning on this wonderful Wednesday. I gotta get the P&L showing up here. Hold on one second. There we go. All right, sweet. Good morning. We got Rui, we got Larry, Kodak, Big Mac, Shane, Smooth, Discount, Apex, EQ, Trader Page, Christian, Kim, Jim. Good morning. Morning, Shane. Good morning, G-Lines. Hey, John. Hey, Albert. Boy, we got the whole crew here. GC. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Crafting Futures. Are you guys ready? It's FOMC Wednesday already. Holy smokes. Discount is long from 15. Let's go. Nice early trade there. Discount long from right under here. Woo. Nice trade. Good luck to you there. Yeah, we were, right before I went on, was watching this area here with my orange dotted line. Right there, 15.75. Good eye there, Discount. If you look back here, we had that as an area of resistance here in the chart yesterday, and now we are showing a little bit of strength there at that 15 level. So good eye on identifying that there, Discount. Well done. So hopefully everybody had a nice Halloween yesterday and stayed safe out there. Hopefully everybody had a nice, happy Halloween. Today is November 1st. Those are just temporary levels there, Smooth. He asks, what do dotted lines mean? Those are just temporary levels. These blue lines that I have, these are permanent levels that we have. Long-term levels. These are just the ones I'm kind of day trading here off of the morning session here. Good morning, Trend Friend. So, yeah, they're just temporary levels. They're just areas in the structure that I'm seeing for when I'm firing up the stream here. So, these blue ones are, these are the ones to watch. There's lines everywhere. Yeah, hopefully you guys had a nice Halloween. Today is November 1st, first day of the month. And boy, it's going to be crazy. We have FOMC today at 2 p.m., which we are going to do a special stream for. So you want to make sure that you show up for that. I have no trades on so far, as you can see. 0 P&L here. No trades on so far. Nice start there, Trend Friend. Up $200. Nicely done. Scalping it to the long side. Very nice. Very, very nice. We got about 45 of you guys in here, if you don't mind. Let's fire up the stream in a nice positive way. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Let's get the party started here. So today, we have, I think it's at 8:15 is our release that we're going to be watching for. Yeah, it's the non-farm employment change for October. That's at 8:15, so we got to be on our toes for this one. That's the one. That's the print I'm going to be trying to trade here. Make sure I got all of my ATM strategies all selected here. There we go. We're good to go. Thank you, Crafty Futures. Non-farm employment change data out in 9 minutes. Is it already 9 minutes? Oh, wow. It's creeping up on us, so let's be ready. It's not 8:30 data today. At 8:30, we got Brazilian data, I think. No. That's at 9. So at 8:30, we have the Treasury quarterly refunding announcement. That's at 8:30, but at 8:15, we're going to the non-farm employment change. Let's see what the preview says. So it is expected at 150,000. Whew. Whoa. The prior was 89,000. So that's a big old increase there. Can you imagine if we added that many jobs? Holy smokes. So a hot print would be anything over, I mean, that's pretty high. That's already a high estimate. So hot print over 150,000 would be pretty insane. Imagine a 200,000 print. Going flat for the print. Nice work there, Discount. Stacking it, packing it, and racking it. Up 15 handles, looks like. Nice job. So yeah, 150,000 is the estimate. Anything over than that. If we're cooler than 89,000, that would be interesting. That would be a wild print. But I mean, you know, there's only so much price action that can happen here pre-FOMC. I think we ripped 50 though. All right. Oh, 250. I thought you meant another 50 handles. All the way up to 80. But yeah, so 150,000 is the estimate. 89,000 was the prior read. It'll be really interesting to see how this kind of pans out here. The print's in 8 minutes. 8 minutes till the print. So hot print would be like 200,000. That'd be insane. I'm surprised the estimate is as high as it is, being 150,000, given that we only added 89,000 in the prior print. Hot print would take the market, yeah, in my opinion. More jobs being added would mean that the Fed has a heck of a lot more work to do. Cooler print would be launching the markets. Hot print would be slamming the markets down. Boy, do we have a lot of room. I mean, look at this. We got a lot of room here to the downside. We get room all the way down to 312. So anything can happen. That's the beauty of the markets. Absolutely anything can be happening here. Had some good trades yesterday. We traded here live on the stream on YouTube. And we traded in Clubhouse, had some awesome trades there. And traded both futures and some options in there. It was great. Green on everything across the board yesterday. I was pretty much done trading by before 10, I think. But the market gave great opportunities. I ended up, let me pull it up here. Let's see. Where's my trade? Go to the 1 minute. There it is. That's the one trade I took in my Express funded account. There it is. So we're shorting this area. Ended up doing a quick little cover there for $200 and then shorted from there into the lows. Nailed almost the bottom tick there and ended up making overall about $800 on my Express funded account. So nice trade from yesterday there. And that was it. That was the only trade that I took on the Express funded account. You can see. That was it. That was all she wrote. So that was a lot of fun. Go back to the 30-second chart. Here we go. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun yesterday. Nice, quick and easy day. That flush off the open. If you're trading only futures in the flush yesterday, man, you probably made out like a bandit. Flush yesterday was amazing. We were trading SPY options for that. Ended up catching it to the put side. Just instant resolution. Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, if you're trading NQ full size in that print, you could have made out like a bandit. Easy 5-figure trade on that one. If you were going full size. All right, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Did you use order blocks to guide your trade yesterday? We were looking for that. We have a level on our chart, 312.25. So I was looking for that push down into 312.25 and dang near bottom ticked that because the market went to about 311.25, I believe. 311.75, somewhere in that range. I'd have to look. What was the low here? Low was 311.25. So our level was 312.25. So we're using our levels for that one to guide that trade because it was just so heavy. And we came into consolidation right above that. And usually what's going to happen is that if we have further weakness, because I shorted it originally, sized into that short, and we kept on not breaking. So I took it off for about a $200 winner. And then when we started to pop back up and we were showing weakness again, I was just reading the price action. And we had weakness, put back on a trade. And then we had that huge flush down and I made $500 or $600 on that trade. So the two trades together, about $800, $790 after fees. So really nice, quick, easy resolution. And then I was done for the day after that. Didn't trade anything else, but if you caught that 311 print, if you were down there and buying that low there, you could have just held pretty much for the entire session, and you would have realized a healthy profit. 311 all the way up to above 480 there. So 150,000 is the estimate here. 150,000. That's our estimate for the print here for the ADP employment data. The non-farm employment change. These are all the non-farm jobs that have been added. So that's what we're looking for. We are perking up a little bit here. Back above our level of 432.5. So let's see if this holds here, if we have some weakness. 150,000. That's the estimation right now. Got 2.5 minutes till the print here. Anybody actually have any trades on going into the print? That's the most dangerous thing you can do. Good morning, Nick. That is a very dangerous thing to do if you are I mean, we've done it before here on stream, but you know, you have your stops in place and you got your risk defined. I don't really have a read going into this either way. I mean, market does look strong that we have kind of double tapped that 415 3/4 level. Definitely is shooting back up here. But we'll give this a shot here and we'll see if we can read any of this price action, see what the print is. If the print is an outlier print, it makes things very easy on us. So if it came in extra cool, market should launch. If it came in extra hot, market should dive. Comes in line like 151,000, 152,000, probably a nothing burger, but we'll have some price action to trade after that, likely. But again, today is going to be focused around FOMC, and that's at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then the subsequent press conference at 2:30 with Jay Powell. So that's going to be when the real fireworks are happening. Given we do have a lot of data being released today, you know, a lot. 10 a.m., a lot. 9:45, 9, 8:30. We got a lot of data coming out today. Today is going to be very volatile. So if you're a newer trader, you want to exercise caution. We're less than a minute away from this data print here. Less than a minute. Make sure you are calm, cool, and collected here. We are looking for 150,000. 150,000 is the estimate. 40 seconds here, folks. 40 seconds. Make sure you're caught up to the stream so you can watch this as close to real time as possible if that's your MO here. We're right at our level of 432.5. So let's see how this pans out. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Here we go. It's 113,000, so I'm taking this long here. Initial reaction is to the long side there. I want to see this auction over 50. It isn't pushing hard here, but it is holding. So caution flag is out a touch here. Not a great reaction. It was initially to the top side here, but just kind of dead in the water here. Do have our stop in place. So we'll see if we get stopped out here or not, but not a huge reaction here. It was initially big to the top side. I want to see this thing strong back over 45 here. Second lot on. I want to see this push up into the 50s now. And it just seems to fizzle out up here. So I need to see some buyers showing up wanting this liquidity at the 50s here. See if we can get any kind of initial push into that area. So quarterly refunding is the next print that's out here. They're putting some liquidity up here on the ask. I want to see if they swipe this. They're just running into that liquidity, but they're not swiping it. So I'm going to judge whether or not I'm adding to this position or maybe even taking off a lot here based on how they're swiping at this price action. Rockets out for 290. Nice job there. Yeah, it's kind of topping out here, but we can get a little bit of a push. Volume's just kind of low. Yeah, we're really just kind of topping out here, but it's holding. That's the thing. That's why I'm kind of holding on the position here. It's just holding this area. I want to see this swipe up into the 50s here. There is some overhead liquidity. It is a little bit concerning. So just watching here. Looking at the tech components here across the board. It still is holding this. I just want to see that confident push into the 50s here. And it just keeps on kind of pushing and then fizzling out a little bit. That is the second lowest print in 2023, so it should be strong for the markets. 113,000 was the print. Just not a lot of follow through here. I just want to see this encroach that 50 real quick here. That's what I'm looking for. Push into that 50. This follow through is just garbage though. They are swiping at the liquidity to the downside, which leads me to believe that some folks are trying to get out of this. But if we pushed right through that 50 area, this thing would be pretty strong. Yeah, I'm going to reduce my size by one lot there. It's just not pushing yet. If we do get that push through 50, then I'd be interested, but it's just kind of holding up here and not really doing all that much. Volume's declining, so not really all that much is happening here. See if we can get an entry, better entry on a second lot, or just bail on this position here if it continues to show this weakness. Looking at volume too, volume a little bit low. See if we get this push through 50 here or not. Now, I tried to be as quick as possible when that print initially came out, but unfortunately, got to fill, that's going to happen with these prints. Got to fill up high here. That's just going to happen with these prints. It's very difficult to be quick on them. And that thing shot up right away because the read was 113,000, which is very, very low. So let's see here. I'm looking at the other components of tech. Still is a little bit just kind of low volume weakness here. I want to see this around 32. If it comes back down towards that area, we find some strength. I could add a lot and then kind of flip it around here. But let's see. Very slow, low liquidity, which is surprising. I mean, I guess everybody's just kind of waiting for the FOMC, but I figured that we would have had a little bit more of a reaction on this print. Okay, this is the area where we could kind of had a temporary double bottom because this is where it swept low in the first area of this print. So watching here right around 36. The fact is that we didn't really pump into that 50 with a lot of strength. So watching here right around 32, it is just kind of giving this up here. Still weak. Watching this price action here, volume is declining. We may actually just have to wait for that next print to get into this. If this doesn't bottom out here, I'm probably going to go flat. Okay, so this is where we expect it to sort of bottom out temporarily. Watching here, watching this price action. Yeah, I think Rocket says maybe waiting for the second print before the move. Yeah, that print's going to be out in less than 7 minutes here, so may just have to wait for that and be patient. We did bottom out at the area that I said that if we bottom out there, that's kind of where I want to be holding on the position. If we would have broken that area of the low of that temporary structure there, would have came out of it, but wasn't confident enough to add into this just yet. Perhaps if we start to creep up over 40 here, but it's still just generally very, very weak. So just watching to see if this area is going to hold or not. If not, likely we'll just cut this thing loose. Yeah, volume's declining tremendously. So I think it's the market is just waiting for this next print here at 8:30. So I may just go flat and then wait for our next setup here. Got out at 446. Nice. What was your entry there, Andrew? There are some buyers showing up here. A little bit of buying liquidity coming in here. 442, 2 lots. Nice. Hey, 4 handles. There you go. See if we can hold above the 40s here. We have about 5 minutes until that next print. All right, I'm just going to go flat there. We're just kind of waffling around on low volume, low liquidity. So that's going to put us on the board with a loss of $184 to start us off. So keeping our losses low here. Just low volume, not a lot of good setup there in that after we had that print. We had that nice little print there to the upside, had a pullback, and then we thought that, we get that nice little rise. I was looking for that encroachment into the 50s. We still may get it, but it's such low volume, low liquidity that it creates not a great risk reward. So I'm better off waiting for this next print that's going to be due out in 4.5 minutes here. So when that print comes out, hopefully we will have some injected volatility into the markets here and some clear direction and not just kind of waffling around here on low volume. And again, today's prints are all about the FOMC. Today's trade, rather, is all about the FOMC at 2 p.m. We do have a lot of data that's going to be out, but for the most part, I think a lot of large funds are going to be waiting until the FOMC rate decision and then the press conference to see if Jerome Powell is going to say anything definitive. So it might be this kind of environment throughout the trading day leading up to that 2 p.m. hour, which again, we'll be trading here. We'll be back on the channel live. And if it's something that you want to catch, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We got about 80 of you guys in here. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and we will be streaming that live here, and I'll have the press conference simulcast so we can watch Jerome Powell and see if there's any trade setups. That'd be fun. First of the month today, any particular flows on the lookout? Well, it's interesting because you do have some beginning of the month flows, but everything's going to be really just centered around the FOMC conference and what Jerome Powell says at the presser. So, I mean, everybody's waiting for that. That's what, it's going to be hard to differentiate those flows from, the beginning of the month flows. I think that a lot of people, a lot of funds, a lot of large institutional traders are going to be putting it on pause until that presser comes out. UG says, hi, question. What website do you use for data releases? There's a couple of them that you can use. This is a free one that I always recommend. Let me get this to you here. That's a good one to use right there. And it's free. And you can see all of the schedule of the day and everything. It's phenomenal for that. All right, so we are grinding higher a little bit here. We do have the release out in 2 minutes now, 2 minutes. And this is going to be the Treasury quarterly refunding announcement. So let's see if we get some volatility injected into the market for this print. I am flat going into this print. It just tucked a little bit lower than I wanted to see. And we got out as it was kind of tucking lower there below that area of the structure. We're looking for a $3 billion bump to the 10-year offering. Just listen to all these squawks going off right now talking about the preview. Yeah, this should definitely inject some volatility here into the market. So let's see if we can trade this effectively here. But yeah, I didn't like any of that price action after the print. It just, I mean, you could see here the volume down here at the bottom. It got ugly quick. We had one spike of volume and then straight back to this regular scheduled nothingness. No volatility whatsoever. All right, 30 seconds or so until this print. Good luck, everybody, if you are going to trade this. Ten seconds. I'm taking a long here because the market loves this. 48 billion in 3-year notes. A little bit less than expected. Market's strong on this. I'm adding a second lot. Hold on, we got a lot of liquidity being added there on the ask. Okay, nice sweeping up here. Nice push. See if we can get up to 73. Took one out on the ask there. Because we are getting a little bit of a pullback. Was initially looking for that 73 push. So caught a little bit of the rip to the top side, but again, it looks like it's topping out here a little bit. So watching here. Okay, I want to see this strong above the 60s now. So our target is initially this 73 push, but it's having some trouble. Kind of these prints are just so lackluster, unfortunately. Okay, liquidity at 62. Are we going to swipe this or not? Let's see. Looking for that 62. We push into that liquidity. We're not taking it. Okay, they took the 62 liquidity. Let's see if we now push into that 65 here. Yeah, a lot of folks are getting up on the ask, but we keep swiping that liquidity, which is nice. Okay, testing the 65 up overhead here again. Some wonky price action here. I'm just gonna, whoop, did I get filled? I clicked sell market, but it seemed to be pretty late there. So that puts us back about break even here on the day, down $8. I was trying to sell market, but it had some kind of weird delay there, but let's see here. There was a big bid that came in at 63. See if we can trade this up to 73. I'm watching to see if they interact with this player at 63 first. Trying to be a little choppy here. Okay, up above 70, taking that long. Running into 73 here. See if we get this confident push above 73 now. liquidity did move up to 70 flat. Okay, now we are tickling above that 73 area. Big players on the ask again. Getting squeezy. I'm going to add a second lot because we are getting a little bit squeezy now. Watch this encroachment over the 80s. Okay, out that second lot, holding that first lot. Still, I'm going to move my stop up and just trail that just a touch above break even and stopped out there. Okay, so a little bit of momentum there to the top side that we caught. So that's going to put us on the board up $202. This is not the best price action to trade. You got to be extra scalpy with this stuff. So it's not the greatest price action to trade, but we're making do with what we have on the board here. We had a player that came in, if you can see here on the book map right here, that player that came in, big liquidity on the bid. It's just hard for me to trust this. You know, I really want to be able to trust our level at 73 and think that this is going to hold. But the way that this price action is trading around, and it's very low volume, right? You can see this. Look at the volume here. It's getting very, very low, very, very quick. So it's very hard for me to trust this, even though it looks very, very squeezy. So let's see. The topping area that I'd be looking for now is going to be up here at 90.5. Get that on our chart here. Sean says, just started my combine up 225. Thanks to you, Rips. Awesome. Way to go, Sean. Yeah, this is getting squeezy here. Yeah, this is getting squeezy. I'm definitely going to be missing this move here. 758 on each of my 3 accounts. In at 58, out at 64, in at 74, out at 75. Thanks for the website info. What was the last announcement? Could not see it. Wow, we are getting squeezy here. It was the Treasury quarterly refunding announcement. Yeah, this thing is getting very squeezy, very poppy now. Goodness gracious. It was very hard for me to trust this price action. It's definitely getting squeezy here. Okay, over 500. Blowing a lot of stops over 500 now. This is getting out of control. Holy smokes. This is getting out of control. This is wild here. Yeah, this is insane. I'm waiting for a pullback to see if there's any kind of price action we could trade out of this here. But that was a lot of stops just got popped over 500 there. That was insane. Microsoft squeezed from 337 up to 339.5. Apple's up at almost 171 here. That was wild price action. I mean, we were out here and this thing went another 20, 30 handles without us. So we're not going to chase, but we're going to see if we get a nice little pullback here. We're tucked below 500. Let's see if there's weakness. Yeah, that was popping a lot of stops up in that area above 90.5 there. Fun price action though. Just kind of surprised me. Came out of nowhere. You could see that the volume was declining down here. You could see that on Ninja Trader. Volume was declining, and then we had that big squeeze over 500 there. So we are testing 500 again. Watching volume here. I'm going to take this long again, see if we can get a nice little push up. I'm going to kind of risk this around that 500 area. Watching here on this pullback. See if it wants to hold or not. Watching volume, of course, as well. See if they swipe this liquidity here on the bid. That's what I'm watching for. Some sellers are showing up here. So we might just go sideways, but I'm looking for one more leg of this squeeze here to the top side. Adding a second lot, looking for this quick pop above 505. Okay, there's that 505 that we're looking for. I want to see continuation now. Some big players up above 505. I want to see that get swept here. Big liquidity at 500. I want to see strength over 500 here. adding a third for over 500. Watching how they're layering the ask up here. Fourth lot on, looking for 505 here. Watching this 505 push for the second time. Just want to see this 505 get tapped again here. Okay, out 3 there at that 505 tap, moving my stop up just a touch above break even. See if we get this squeeze now into the 510 area. If we don't get that confident pull, we're going to get stopped out. So I'm just looking for that pull above 505 into 510 here. We should get that pop right into 510. There it is. And out. That's what I was looking for there. I'm not trying to be greedy there, just getting that pop right into 510. So that's going to put us at $484 there on the day. We could go higher here, but I'm not trying to be greedy. Price action suggestion there when we had that player stacking at 505, we're going to get that immediately resolving to 510 there, and that's the scalp I was trying to play. So not trying to be greedy, just trying to hit that exact psych level that we're going for there at 510. How are we all doing out there? Are we enjoying the stream? If you are, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream because we're going to be doing an FOMC live stream today at 2 p.m. You want to have your notifications turned on so that you are notified when we're going for that. How are we all doing out there? Did anybody else catch any of that scalp there from that beautiful 500 to 510 rip? That nice little pop, that quick resolve. Few back to green, $300. Nice work. There we go. Up $200. Very, very nice. Nicely done, everybody. Nice work there, Nick. Trader Page says, I was away, but grabbed that for 100. Nice work. Very, very nice. So yeah, we got to be scalpy in that zone up there, and we don't want to be greedy as bad as I want it to run way above 510. The price action that I'm looking for in that push to 510, we got to play that exactly as the trade plan suggested there. So happy with our trades. They're up $484. 2 scalps for me on the big green bars. 300. Probably missed a lot. No way. Profit is profit. Never fault yourself if you're making a profit. Kind of want to short here. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's just we might have trouble actually selling through this a little bit. I could see us getting a little bit of a resolution there to the downside. Dude caught a small piece with some MNQ. Very nice. MNQ is a great instrument to trade. NQ is very, very fast, and it can be a little bit difficult to trade sometimes. So it is good to use the MNQ. You can use a lot more size on the MNQ and not get torn up. It's really nice. I love trading MNQ. There's a time and a place to trade NQ, and if you've never traded it before, start with the MNQ. Trader Page says, I enjoy NQ in pre-market because it is slower than MNQ for open. There you go. Very nice. Fister says, we're dropping kid off at school, telling her she needs to learn this stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, start her early. You got to get them started young. There you go. So we pushed up to 515 flat. That's the hourly high here. Our level is 518 and a quarter up there. You can see here on the E signal, our level up here is 518 and a quarter. Actually trading quite nicely in this zone here. If you would have caught that 415, like our friend Discount here, had a great entry at 415 and straight to the top side here. Nice move, 100 handles. There you go. So just watching the price action here, it does look kind of weak, but volume is declining, which means that, you know, it only takes one single player to come in here and change everybody's plans. Also, if you're looking at the book map here, I can zoom in a little bit. A lot of liquidity is stacked on either side here. A lot of liquidity. So they're trying to make an efficient market in this area here. And so the idea that we're just going to snap low is very decreased. Dwayne says, while the market is slow, can you explain the liquidity map a bit? So Bookmap, it's very, very difficult to read. The best way to learn Bookmap is to just start using it and kind of keep it. I mean, it's sort of on a main monitor for me. I've been using it for well over 10,000 hours now. I've been using it for years and years and years. And it's extremely difficult to just kind of look at it and start understanding it. If you've been spending a lot of time with it, the way that I learned specifically was that I had it up on a screen and I was watching what would happen in the market and how that would be displayed in Bookmap. So for instance, I mean, just very, very dry introduction here to Bookmap. Below, I mean, this is the price action right here. This is the current price. This moving up and down is the current price. Above that is going to be all of the asks. Below that is going to be all of the bids. And what you see here is the darker the color, the more lots that are sitting there resting passively. So these are passive limit orders on the bid, and these are passive limit orders here on the ask. So what it shows you is sort of X-ray vision into the market where you can have a big look into the liquidity in an instant. It's very quick. So I can look over here, I can look over a Bookmap and instantly I can see, okay, it's kind of thick down here on the bid, but it's also, thick to the top side here on the ask. If I scroll down a little bit so you can see in my view here, you can see these big resting orders up here on the ask. There's a 47 lot here at 525. There's a 23 lot at 520. But again, I mean, this is just shown orders. This doesn't factor in hidden orders. You can't see hidden orders in the market. There could be a fund that has a hidden order sitting here at 78 that has a 1,000 lot on the NQ, and they're only showing a 10 lot. So, it shows you the shown liquidity, the resting liquidity, and then the size of these bubbles is the amount of transactions that took place, how many lots were taken at that current moment. The cool part about Bookmap, which I think is entirely underrated, there's a couple things. There's a replay feature that's built in that is amazing. And you can go back and you don't have to record your screen or anything. And it's amazing for that. The other thing that people don't give it a lot of credit for is that you can zoom into the nanosecond level. So what does that mean? I'll show you. So we can see prints at the nanosecond level. So let's find ourselves a print here. Right there. There's a print. I can zoom in and I can probably break that apart into, well, that's only one lot. Let me find a multi-lot here. So here's a 16 lot. Watch, I can break this up. It's going to get expanded. And look at this. Into the nanosecond level, I can see each lot exactly when it was executed on the bid or on the ask. These right here are on the ask. This is on the bid. And I can see the sizing of that order. And now look, you can break that apart literally down into the nanosecond level. So I can see exactly how that print was executed. And if you're trading live orders into the market, it's a great way to see if your orders are actually hitting the market. If your orders are not showing up in Bookmap, then your orders aren't actually hitting the market. But it's very expansive. You can really drill down deep into it. Why would the nanosecond level matter? That's a whole different discussion, but there's certain strategies that you'd want to look at there and see how these high frequency trading algorithms are sort of hitting the market with these prints. It's a whole different conversation. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole when we only have about 10 minutes to go here, but Bookmap is one of my favorite tools to use. I think if you use discount code MC20, you get 20% off of it, which is great if you're a Bookmap user. But it's an amazing tool. It's an amazing tool. You have to pay for the package that shows the iceberg and stop runs, and icebergs called MBO package, $175 a month. Yeah, you can do that, but I mean, with icebergs, if you've been using Bookmap for long enough, you just kind of do it by hand, and by hand I mean just with your mind. It's all depending on the person too. I came from before the world where Bookmap didn't exist, and so I was used to reading time and sales level 2, and when you do that for long enough, you build a certain, you build up a certain thing in your brain where, I mean, this is the greatest tool ever. It's funny because I was, the way I even found Bookmap was years and years ago. I was working out in my gym, and I was just sitting there thinking about, gosh, it would be really cool if I could see the market in this way that I imagined in my head, where, the bar charts only show so much. You can see the bar, you can see the volume, but I'd like to see the volume individually inside of that bar. And that's essentially what Bookmap gives you. Look, because if you zoom out here, I can see how much volume was done at the top of that candle, essentially, down here to that area of the candle, up here, that area. And I can see how much liquidity was, extracted from the market in those areas. And it's extremely valuable. I can see on the print here, it was getting layered heavily on the ask. So it's likely that we're going to have a fail down there because so many players are firming up the ask there above 510, right? So these are the types of things that you watch it for so long, you're looking for these certain areas. And I think that's where we covered, right? Yeah, we covered right there. That was what we were looking for. We saw this player here firming up at 505, and I said, okay, we're going to add to that and get that sweep up to 510, and that's where we exited our position. So, without Bookmap, I mean, it would be a little bit more difficult to spot that, right? Use Tick Strike. I like it. Love it. I am auditory. Yeah, there's everybody's different, right? There's no one right way to trade. That's the beauty of trading. Oh, Trader Mark, waiting for the top, made $525. Nice work. And passed your second account. Nice. Passed a 150K Top Step account. Oh, that's the other thing. Guys, if you've ever wanted to trade futures, you can check out, there's a link in the description right down below. You can trade Top Step accounts, just like how I trade on here every single morning. And I'm never putting my own capital at risk. Top Step funds all of my trading for me because you pass a combine, you pass their test, and then you get funded, and then you can take withdrawals from that account, and you're never putting your own capital at risk. You pay the fee to enter the combine, then you pay one lifetime fee for your XFA, which is your express funded account, and then that's it. You're never putting your own capital at risk. It's a beautiful thing. I wish that I had Top Step when I first started trading. It would probably I'd probably be at a completely different area in my trading right now, but I had to donate so much money to the markets when I was learning how to trade, and it would have been interesting to be able to have somebody foot the bill for that. And that's why Top Step is such a great option. But yeah, I highly recommend Bookmap. It's a beautiful, beautiful tool. It shows you so much of the market that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise. There's other heat map tools out there, liquidity tools out there. But for me, I've been using Bookmap the longest. And I mean, like I said, over 10,000 hours easily of Bookmap now. Years and years and years. And it's not just for futures, by the way. You can use it with equities. I have all of the packages for Bookmap. I have the equities package. I have the NASDAQ Total View. I think it's called, Omni Feed. There we go. But yeah, you can see it if you're trading small caps, large caps. The only thing that you can't use it for is options. That's the one thing that I would just, man, if you could use it for options, that would be so insane. If you could have the liquidity, although I don't know if it'd be as valuable, especially if you're trading index options, because the liquidity is just, it's a different game. Donated all my money to the SIBO with options. Yeah, it's a lot of folks out there have done the same thing. All right, so we are pushing back up here. We are back above 500. So today is going to be a very interesting day of trade. It really is. The next data release that's out is for the U.S. is going to be at 9:45, and that's the October final S&P Global Manufacturing PMI. So that's going to be out in about 45 minutes from now, and that's the next piece of U.S. data that's getting released. After that, we have the JOLTS job openings at 10, the construction spending, the ISM manufacturing data, and then let's see here. That's it until 2 p.m. So we will be trading today on YouTube here for the FOMC. We'll be watching the conference together. So please make sure that you are subscribed with your notifications turned on so that you can get notified when the stream is going to be going live here. Rocket says, thanks for the great stream. Of course, we're here every single day, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m. Some days we will stream in through the open here, which is always a lot of fun. Last time we did that, we had one of the worst openings on NQ, but we came out the other side making $1,500. It was awesome. It was a very scalpy. It was not the easiest, most clean trade, but we made do with what we had on the table, which is often what you have to do with trading. But usually, you know, in that type of situation, it probably could be better to just sit back and wait for a better setup. But wanted to provide a level of entertainment for everybody in here as well. But it was a lot of fun. Momentum scalping the NQ off the open when you have a very choppy open is probably one of the most difficult trades for a momentum trader to undertake. It really will test the resolve of that momentum trader. And if you're ever wanting to learn how to trade momentum, do that on a practice account. But that's it's like riding a wild bucking bronco. So we're going to be locking it up here. Any questions, folks, before I go? Any questions at all about the trades that I took, any of the tools that I'm using, the accounts that I'm trading on, anything that you guys want to chat about before I go here? Where'd you find the treasury info? I have a bunch of different squawks I'm subscribed to. I posted a link above if you want to look at that trading economics calendar. Let me post it again here for you. 1 second here. There we go. So that is one of the free resources out there that tells you all the news releases that are going to be happening. Oh, it wasn't on that one. Well, you know, I do recommend that you check out one of the paid news sources out there if that's the case. I mean, there's got to be other schedules out there. Maybe Financial Juice has it, but let me see here. Let me see what's on this calendar here. It's so bright. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see it on here either. And this is so bright. My gosh. So yeah, I would try to check maybe. Let me think here. Seeking Alpha, Financial Juice, Benzinga, maybe even Market Watch. Market Watch could be a good one as well. But I would check those out. See if you can find it on there on the schedule, and then just use whatever one had the schedule for you. That's what I do personally. Any other questions here before we go? Any other questions? Happy to go over anything here, folks. Now's your time. Use Juice? Okay, Financial Juice. Market Watch is free? Yeah, exactly. For FOMC, are you planning on trading the NQ or SPY options? We're going to be streaming here, so we're going to be trading NQ or ES. But I can't promise that I'm going to take a trade. It has to be really nice setup. FOMC is the kind of trade where you can be right and really right, and then it can just do this quick little print, stops you out, and then you're still right, and then it's gone away from you 50 handles. So I can't promise that I'm going to trade, but if the setups are there, we're going to try our best and see what we can make do with what we have on the table. FOMC generally is not the cleanest trade unless it is, right? It's one of those things where most of the FOMCs this year have been dog food in the way of trading. Purina puppy chow, just garbage. And there's been, I think, one good FOMC where it had a nice direction that held that direction for more than 5 seconds. So we'll make do with what we have. But again, make sure you guys are subscribed with your notifications turned on so that we could see, you guys can get notified when we go live today at 2 p.m. or around that hour. So I'll see you guys later on today. We are finishing up our morning here up $484. So great morning. Absolutely a blast always to trade with you folks in here. I will be streaming Bookmap throughout the day until we come back for FOMC. That's going to look like this. It's going to be in a full screen. So if you want to have Bookmap streaming for you throughout the day, go ahead and have that up on the second monitor there. All right, folks, make sure you drop a like on your way out here. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys later on today for the FOMC stream at 2 p.m. All right, folks, have a great trading day today, and good luck. I'll see you guys shortly. Take care.